to the first day of the Privy Council session of 2023. Today, we're going to begin on discussing executive matters and executive actions and talk about the state of our nation. So let's begin with that. The recording timer doesn't seem to be starting, so I actually have no idea if we're recording or not, but I guess we'll just go with it.
It says it's recording.
Oh, there it is. There goes the timer now. Okay. Well, you know what? Just in case you didn't get it, I'll repeat again. Welcome to the first day of the Privy Council session of 2023. Today, we're going to be discussing about executive actions, the state of our nation, and we're going to go on from there. So, I can see clearly who is here and who is not here, but I'm going to go ahead and do roll call. Senator Bree, are you here?
Yes, and present.
Yep. Senator Ross, are you here? All right. Senator Ivar Ubi, are you here? Well, actually, he's excused because of his work schedule still. So he's fine. All right, that's all our senators. So Ross is the only one with an unexcused absence right now, but he should be aware of the meeting time, so he should be able to make it when he can. All right. All right, so today, let's go ahead with the activity report. Senator Bree, how active is our nation? And before you say anything, I'm going to do something new today. All right. On record, you're going to give me only the government official names.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Their titles are optional. You don't have to say their titles. It's up to you. Curl right there. However, when it comes to individuals' names, we're going to do a thing called an executive session, meaning it's going to be mics off and cameras off, and I'm going to contact you in another manner. I know you're going to tell me all the individuals. I mean, obviously we have paper, but I want to show the executive session part on record so people will know that, oh, okay, so they're going to talk about individuals that can't be said on record. Okay. So basically that. So go ahead with the activity report on government officials.
All right. All the officials that have been active for the month of December is Prime Minister yourself, myself, Her Majesty, Minister Caitlin, Senator Ross, and Representative Kurt, Senator Ivar, and those are current officials of NICS that were completely active in the past month or so.
All right, where are the government officials that have not been active?
The government officials, honestly, they've all, in terms of government officials with NICS, they have all been active. The rest of them are just people like the Commonwealth of Bagley and supporters that were different. Some of the supporters are kind of active, but not all of them. Obviously, we've been seeing.
It's fine. It's fine. Like I said, I don't want supporters to be included in the.
Yeah. That's why I'm not naming names. Just that they're.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just don't want. I don't want them included. They're there to give us support. That's all they're there for. They're not really into our citizenry. So, all right.
So basically, in terms of my report, pretty much all of the officials that I've written down have been active.
Yeah. All right. So, let's go into executive session, and so you can tell me who are the private individuals are that have been active and inactive. Just let me do this real quick. I'm trying to find your name. That's not how you spell your name. That's not how you spell your name. I know. I have your. There it is. Okay. All right, then. Camera's off and mic's off. Make sure your mics are off. All right, we have returned from executive session, so we won't accidentally give out private individual names that are not needed to be known on record unless they give us permission to give them on record.
Mhm.
All right. I am currently hold on, my media's gonna go off. Yep.
Because he
That's an ad. I knew it was gonna happen as soon as I used this app, I swear. So annoying. I already knew it was gonna happen. It's analysis on all the thingies as pictures. So I'm gonna do, here we go, do that. Take a picture. And then this one. I'm gonna get rid of the markers on this one real quick. There we go. Take a picture of that. All right. And we're gonna take a picture of this. We're going to take a picture of this. Hold on, did that one get updated? Oh, it did, but it's so barely that it's not even counting, but that's fine. I'll let everybody know on that. Take a picture of that. That is the incorrect date. There we go. And then this one. Here we go. Nothing wrong with this one. We're trying to find all the things I need to take a picture of so people can know what we're doing. Today's the 12th. Tomorrow's Friday, so on Saturdays when I check the metal prices. Okay. I think that's all the things I need to get. Well, we're definitely going to need because we're going to be talking about executive orders today too, so we're going to see which ones have been approved. So we're going to have to put those on the ballot. I want to talk about that later because I plan on fixing that issue. Okay. Okay, I'll just go by your paper report because I forgot to ask how many people are active and inactive, but that's fine. I'll just read the I'll just read the document you sent me and I'll fix it later. All right. Okay, I think I got all the pictures that I need to attempt to show. Here we go. Now to do this, if it'll let me. Is it gonna let me? I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna let me or not. There we go. All right, go here. Go here. There we go. And I should be able to just switch it. Oh, there's a lot more photos than that, but that's it. Whoa, did it just crash? Yeah, it did a little bit. Okay, so I don't want to go that far back, but I'll start right here. Okay, so I have pictures to show everyone of, let's see, the first one I'm going to show is, I won't lie to you, I forgot how to share screen. Here it is. It's been a while. All right. If it'll let me, there we go. And is it going to let me? I actually don't know.
Give it a minute.
I'm clicking on it. Okay, here we go.
There you go.
Alrighty, so the first picture you all see right now is our voting registry. So right now, 41.2% of the nation is undecided if they want to be an independent registered voter or choose to be unregistered. Meaning the 23.5% of citizens that chose to be unregistered, meaning they do not want to participate in voting in nationwide elections or ballots. I do have another picture of it that will actually show the actual numbers, not the percentages, but these are the people that choose not to vote in nationwide elections or ballots. However, they are allowed to vote in their local, federal, county elections and ballots. So that's what they're allowed to do. The undecided are the undecided. And of course, we got 35.3% of our citizens are independent via no political party because we don't have any political parties. So that's what independent means. Independent means no party. It's nonpartisan. So that is our pie graph on our voting registry. So let's go to the next picture. Here we are. All right. So so this is a brand new chart because I never made one for last year. So this is the brand new chart because I'm pretty sure voting registries were first enacted. Well, not this year, obviously, but it was towards the end of last year that we made it a thing. So I just went ahead and just made a new 2023 chart. So don't mind the 17s up here because the blue is undecided. That's what blue is. So I just put that, and that 17 is our total adult population, while our total population is 21. No, sorry, 22 now. We've got new citizens. So it's 22 citizens total, but 17 of them are adults. So as of January, currently, there are 7 undecided. There are 6 that are registered voters as independents, and there are 4 citizens that chose to be unregistered voters. So those are the actual numbers. So, and this is a whole 2023 chart. So it's brand new. All this will have a lot more lines. There will be a lot less of that up there. So we'll see what happens in the future. The next picture I'll show y'all is the federal county census as of January 2023. These are 2 counties that the legislature has passed to where all 7 chosen federal counties have all merged together into 2 counties that of our choosing. And we have chosen in our last legislative session Lavender and Floyd. So as of right now, 86.4% of our national population, this includes minors, so children of our census. So adults and children, it comes up with 86.4% of our population, and they make all of Floyd County. Floyd County has the largest population in both the 2 counties. Lavender County has only 13.6% of the nation's population. So, yeah, that's really it about that one. And the next one, I think it's yes. So this is the population growth by month. So this is us from our founding month and year all the way up to now. So the 0 right here is for next month. What is it? Yeah, February 2023. So don't worry about the 0 right there. We're right about here where this 20 is, but we're actually at 22 now. So the reason why it's not popping up because, it's barely a thing in that spot. So the number is 22, not 20. 20 is from either November or December. So, but 22 is our current population as of right now. And this is the population growth by year alone. So in 2017, we had a total of 17 people. 2018, we had 30. 2019, we had 61. In 2020, we had 60. In 2021, we had 25. Last year, with the updated citizenship that happened in the beginning of the year, I think. No, it didn't. It actually happened in the fall. I remember now. Our population went down to 20, and it was decreasing by a lot. But towards the end of last year, our population has been steadily increasing again. We have not broken our 2021 record yet. Hopefully we'll get enough citizens to beat our 2021 record, and then hopefully we'll get enough citizens to beat our 2019 record. I want to beat that 2019 record again. So that's our population goal right now. So let's see, next slide. Okay, so this is the Executive Order 2 ownership checkup. So this is to check on who is a homeowner, who's a renter, how many do we have, how many are homeless. Thankfully, we do not have any homeless in the Queen Mannix. We do have a high number of renters and a decent number of homeowners. So, can I hide that? Yes, I can. Okay, so the red are homeowners, green's renters, and blue is homeless. So we have a lot more renters than we do homeowners in the Queen Mannix. So obviously, the more homeowners we have, the more land claims we have. So that means we have, depending on if they're not married. If they're married, it's not as much as you think. But if those 8 people were singles and they own a home, then we have 8 land claims. But if I'm correct, about half of the homeowners, just about half of the homeowners are married couples. So we only have about 4 land claims. So that's that. And then, of course, the other 9 are the renters. So, and we had a decrease in renters, which was interesting. I don't remember who left. Oh, now I know who left. That's right. Okay, so the next one, let's go to the next slide. The next slide is our national treasury. Oh, good, it did do that. The late donations and the successful donations, those are like my personal things to help keep the treasury flowing with income. So don't worry about those two things. They're not really important. They're just for me. So obviously our treasury is currently holding United States dollars, but we plan on having a treasury for Nixie pounds as well. But at the moment, this is just United States dollars. So, and of course, here's our national debt or spending or government spending, as some people call it. So this is from January 2021 because that's when we first started our treasury. Yes, that's when we first started our treasury was in January 2021, which was 2 years ago. We finally started making money. So obviously you can see here, you can see all the increases and decreases. We actually got into debt a little bit because we had to spend a lot of money on that on those days, actually those months actually. And we spent quite a bit, but as we kept on going, the treasury has steadily increased over the year 2021, and then towards 2022 it skyrockets. And then here we are in January 1st, 2023 at $2,766.72. That is where we're at right now this month of January in the first year, which is great because you can see this skyrocket right here. And of course you can see this other skyrocket right here too. So I like these spikes. That's what they're called in a line graph. I like these spikes that we're having in major increases in money. I want that. I do want that for our nation. I think it's a great thing. So I hope people can get that going. And final slide. This is the percentage of how many people we have that are homeowners, renters, and homeless, and of course minors, because you have to include that population a little bit. So 23.8% are minors, meaning they don't own a home, they're not homeless, and they're not renters. They're there, along with the homeowners. So homeowners make up 33.3% of our population, and renters make up 42.9% of our population. So, like I said previously, we have a lot more renters than we do homeowners. I'm hoping that will change so we can have a lot more land and show off more Nick stuff. I wouldn't say legally because apartment complexes and stuff like that are private property too, but they have their own rules and such that won't allow such things because they're weird. So when we get more homeowners, we can show off, more Knicks flags and show off the Knicks borders and all that stuff. But that's about all. So, alrighty, that's enough of that. Confirm stop sharing. And then, all right, let's see if my camera will turn back on for me. Here we go. Moment of truth. And it does. Good. All right. So that was all the pictures I wanted to show. So that was all of our reports for today's session. All right, back to regular business. If my phone will quit messing up on me. There is a General Assembly meeting today, but I've already said that we are not, the Queen of Nix is not going to participate today because of the weather that we've been having lately. So we're not going to worry about it today. Luckily, I proposed to the Secretary General to continue the General Assembly meetings for 10 days at least. So we can get to attend and speak and all that stuff in the General Assembly, because I do plan on proposing something to the General Assembly, which is the new charter. I plan on actually finishing everything that everybody's proposed to the new charter, add it on there, and that will be our brand new charter, brand new. So, of course, it probably needs a lot more proposals. So I'm probably not, I'm second guessing that we probably won't be able to do that, but I might propose a couple things first before we move ahead with it, but I plan on proposing the new charter to the MAA so we can get some things done. Another thing I'd like to report, we have made our very first trade agreement with another nation. We have made a trade agreement with the Begley Democratic Republic and Commonwealth for the first time in Nick's history. So we have never made a treaty like this before. We made a lot of recognition treaties and all that stuff, but we never made trade agreement treaties. So this is our first trade agreement treaties. Of course, Begley is all on board about that. So So we're going to be getting soda cans from them, and then we produce aluminum ingots. They're going to provide us United States dollars to help us purchase aluminum cans of any kind for our state foundry to make aluminum ingots to help back our currency. So that means some of it will go to the treasury and will just sit there. It'll sit there until people want aluminum ingots to make money out of. And all you have to do is have a Nixie pound. The Nixie pound has been printed. I don't know if I reported this at all yet or not, but the Nixie pound has been printed. It's official. Of course, there were some concerns about, well, it's not a legal currency. Actually, it is a legal currency because all currencies are paper, for one. Two, it's specialty paper, so it's not just everyday common paper. Three, all the materials are classified, so I'm not going to tell anybody, especially on record, what the materials are. I've already forgot what number on, but I don't care. So 3.5. So the Nixie Pound's official. I don't have my wallet on me right now, but I keep one Nixie Pound with me to show it off to everybody. Right now they're just aluminum certificates because aluminum is very, very easy to come by. So right now it's a bunch of aluminum certificates, but once I go to Lavender County to retrieve my recycling bin, I will have copper with us as well, and I'll be making copper ingots. So, yep, I'll be able to do that. And then once we do have copper ingots, and I do want to do this, I want to wait till we actually have copper ingots before I print out copper certificates, or copper notes, however some people want to pronounce that. So, yes, so once we get our very first copper ingot, 1 pound, I will start printing out a multitude of copper certificates. And I do call them certificates because it is a certificate for you to acquire an ingot that is being backed by. So if it says aluminum, you're going to get an aluminum ingot in exchange. If it's a copper certificate, you get a copper bar for exchange. If it's gold, silver, same thing. So, and that's what we're doing right now. We do have ways to get gold. We're just taking our time with it. Silver, haven't seen any, so I don't know about it, but we'll see. The website has been updated a lot, but it has not been officially updated. I like to say that. It's been unofficially updated, but it has not been officially updated. Because I have been working on it. There's a lot of editing I got to do, but I finished the endorsement list. I finished the welcome page. Let's see what we got here. So yeah, I finished the welcome page, the home page. I finished the endorsement list. I finished the more information page. I finished the voluntary guidelines. Let's see. One of the pages called the Nixie flags. I'm hiding that one because I don't think it's necessary. I'm going to talk to Her Majesty about getting rid of it, or I'll just make an executive action and get rid of it myself. I'll just have to get advice from the Privy Council. Then, of course, the National Symbols page is done. The Contact Us page is done. I am currently on the Laws page. And if I'm taking too long on the website, I'll just officially update it at a specific date. But not all the pages will be there because not all of them are officially updated yet. Her Majesty is going to update the Royal Family page. I'm going to update the entire Supremacy Branch page. So the Royal Family page will be hidden, and she'll be the one to edit that one. So, but I'm going to edit all of it. And since the harder parts are done, I can get all the easy parts done because everything else is easy. The hard part's done. The endorsement list was actually the most difficult one I had to do out of all of them. The home page has to be updated again. The reason why is because I want to make it actually look like a welcome page. That's why I keep calling it a welcome page. I want it to look like, welcome to this. And this is why we're doing this. You should help. If you like it, you should join us in this. So, that kind of stuff. Okay, I thought I turned you off, but okay. Anyway, So that's weird. I thought my ringer would shut that off, but it didn't. Okay, whatever. So, oh, that's another thing. Let's go ahead and show everybody what the new map looks like. So people, both citizens, supporters, and our viewers, what our map looks like. Let me get to it. Because this is what our Queen of Manix map looks like. Okay, here we go. Because I don't know if I showed it to everybody yet. So in our previous legislative session, we have proposed to change the maps again, like I said, to merge 7 other counties into only 2, and that's what we did. And we made it where more counties can only be made if it's if the population has reached 20 or over. So you know, there's 20 people in one county, then another county must be created. And I think I just came up with another proposal too, which will actually sound really, really fair. So I might actually do that. So I'm going to propose that, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to leave it as a surprise for the legislature. It's not the secret. Everyone's going to see it anyway, but I just want to make sure if it's a thing I want to propose. But it is going to sound fair to the people at the same time, because technically what we're doing with these federal counties is technically what people would call redistricting. No one likes that. So I want to make, if that's how we're going to do our federal counties, at least in our current state, then I got to make it where the people will actually get involved in it. So I'm going to work on something like that, but so I'll figure that out later, because I'm already working on another bill, of course. So and this one's a budget one, so that means we're going to be spending money. So yeah, that's it on that one. Right, so let's show the map. I forgot to do the thingy. Do this, do that, and do this, and do that. Alrighty. So here's the map. Here we go. Here's the map. So here is, in America, you would call it Jefferson County, Kentucky. So it has been split into 2. This is the border that we have negotiated on to create the new borders for the 2 counties. So on the left, right here, is Floyd Federal County, which has the list of all the things that, you know, who lives in where, and the population is 19. So there's 19 people in Floyd County. And then on Lavender Federal, over here is Lavender Federal County. The population's actually 3 now, because we got a new citizen and she lives in Lavender County. So, but yeah. So Lavender County has 3 people. Over here's our legend. So the population reaches above 5, which will probably be in Lavender Federal County's case. If the population in Lavender reaches over 5, then it'll become a new green color. And then, of course, there and there. So obviously, you know why that Floyd County is that color, because the population is above 16, but not above 20 yet. So it's actually, if it gets one more citizen, it will become a red density level. But you know, we never had a population over 25 as of yet. So, and because of that, you know, I haven't made a extra color thing for populations. So if we stretch out here real quick, so you can know what county is which. So everything that's on the east side of this line border right here, that my hand is following, that is everything on this side is Floyd, everything on this side is Lavender. So, and the colors should help too. So over here is Owen County, Kentucky, or Owen Census Designated Place. This is where we have 2 citizens, and over here we only have 1. And I'll tell you who that 1 is. It's me. I'm the only one that's on this side of Jefferson County that is a citizen. The other two citizens are in this CDP. And if we stretch out here, another part of Lavender County, which is further away. Now, and you might be wondering, why did we include this land? This county, called Carteret County in North Carolina, this is where our island that we want is located. Let's see. I mean, I can go ahead and show y'all where the island is. I just got to find it. I won't lie to you. It's not as easy as you think. Ah, there it is. Right there. That's our island that we want to get.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It kind of looks smaller on the map.
Yep. It closed. Because it is. You know, on satellite view, of course, it's a small island. It's only 62 acres. The big one that we want, first, if I can find it, I think the reason we can't find it is because of how this map is. I might actually change the map because the only reason why the map is like this is because of editing reasons. So let me see if I can make it where there we are. Yeah, it looks better.
It actually looks really cool.
Well, yeah, it's realistic now. So everything you see is what it looks like right now. Well, sort of. So Bell's Island is right there. That's Bell's Island right there. That's what our island looks like from satellite view.
Oh, and it's actually close to the actual land.
Yes. Of course, we might get a lot of criticism because of that, because it's so because of it being on the western side of this coastline right here, everyone's going to think, well, it's not really out in the ocean, but actually it is out in the ocean, because I definitely know that all of this is saltwater. So it is an ocean, just not out in the ocean. So of course some people are going to be concerned about that, because it's like, well, then how we'll do this and do that? Well, guys, that's what you call a negotiation with whoever the president of the United States is going to be when we declare our independence. We don't know who it's going to be. Like, we're not making this country tomorrow or next year or probably the year after. It's going to take some time. So we have no idea who the president is going to be. And only that, it also depends if the United States is going to last at all. Just to be honest. So, here's a better look on what the places look like in Lavender and Federal Floyd County. So, we got a bunch of places here, a bunch of places there. Now, of course, you can see a lot of different things now. Of course, we got Owen CDP right here. Now, up here, we have Bartholomew CDP. That is where our one of our citizens are. It used to be up here in Johnson County, Indiana, but she relocated back down to Bartholomew. So now Bartholomew is part of our nation now. Down here in Allen CDP, we have we have two citizens down there. That's what we have. Over here in Grayson CDP, all the way in Texas, we have one citizen that's over there. And then, of course, we stretch all the way out west, all the way in Oregon, in Tillamook CDP. We have a citizen over there. And then all the way up here in that little square dot right there, that is where we have our first and only Canadian citizen located. So basically, this is what the Queen of Manix claims look like. These lines are just there to show off the lines. That's all they are. They're not roads or anything. So.
But you saw little connections.
Yep, that's all it is. So now, obviously, for people that don't understand, we don't claim all of the lands that you see. Those are just lands that we have jurisdiction in. That's all. That's all it is. But if you want to get specific, we own 54 acres of land in here in this county. We do not own any land over here. So in Lavender County alone, we only claim 54 acres of land. And in Floyd County, we own 2,000. We own over 2,000 acres. I'll just go with that because I'm pretty sure we're not at 2001. So yeah, we own we own just around 2,000 acres of land in Floyd County. So in total, we own 2,054 acres of land because we're just fortunate to have a citizen to have that much land. Alrighty, now to stop sharing that. Good. My camera's is being good today. All right. Okay. I guess we'll go on to executive orders now, and then we'll begin with the agenda of the day. Well, all of this is the agenda of the day, but we're beginning to go with the last step of the agenda, which is to procedural bylaws, because I got them done-ish, sort of. They're done. They just need to be voted on now. Of course, I make the final decision, but I just want to see your all's opinion on it because this is what I want to implement in our council. And yes, you're going to have to do a lot of studying on them. It's not a joke. You're going to have to study a lot because the procedural bylaws currently is 6 pages long. So it's not a lot if you're a fast reader, but if you're a slow reader, it's kind of a bit, but not too bad. It's about 6 pages.
I'm not slow, so yay.
Yeah, it's about 6 pages long. To most people, it's not bad, but be prepared to probably not understand a single word of it. So that's why give yourself a chance to practice because I am going to be using the gavel a lot, and no one is going to speak out of turn a lot either because that is part of the thing. So, but anyway, let's move on to what is this thing? Oh, that's my bill. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, let's move on to the executive orders that are currently in place. Okay, the ones that are currently in place are Executive Order 4, Executive Order 3, and Executive Order 6. Those are only 3 executive orders that are currently active. So let's begin talking about executive order number 3. Alrighty. All right. Executive Order 3, an executive order from the Prime Minister of the Queen of Manix regarding the creation of the Census Bureau in the executive branch of government. The Census Bureau. Part 1, I am creating a Census Bureau to oversee the population count of our nation and its federal counties. 2, it will have a total population count, total national death count, population count by ethnicity or nationality, and population by federal county. Part 3, it will be taken charge by the Secretary of the Census Bureau to run and oversee the operations of the Census Bureau. And Part 4, the Secretary of the Census Bureau shall only report to the Prime Minister for any changes to the Census Bureau or anything in his or her jurisdiction. This executive order was signed on June 22nd of year 2022. So, Senator Bree, what do you think about executive order number 3? Do you think it should be kept? Do you think it should be amended? Do you think it should be rescinded?
Honestly, I think we could probably keep it for now, unless other people, other representatives or whatever, thinks we should probably change it. Other than that, I think we could probably keep it.
Are you talking about the other senators?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we could probably text them to see what they decide on. But at the moment, because of how I want to run our Privy Council. If you're the only one here, then you're the only one that gives me advice. Therefore, your vote's the only vote that matters, in all honesty. So all I do is make the final decision and go by your all's advice. So since you're the only one here, by your advice, what do you think we should do with Executive Order 3?
Honestly, I think we should keep it.
All right. Well, hopefully this year we'll finally get a secretary as the Census Bureau. All right. In that case, I will send it to the people to see what they think, and we'll go on from there. All right. Let's move on to Executive Order number 4. That is not Executive number 4. This is Executive Order number 4. All right. Executive Order from the Prime Minister of the Queen of Manix regarding the encouragement of having citizens volunteer to donate soda cans to the government and have government officials be obligated to do so. Donating soda cans. Part 1. This executive order shall have the executive officers. Oh, it is only the executive officers. Okay, good. Offer citizens a large cardboard box or plastic container that we are obligated to pick up once full to be filled with nothing but only crushed soda cans of any kind. 2. This order will encourage citizens to donate soda cans to the government so we can smelt them down to aluminum 1-pound bars to produce a source of income for the Queen of Manix. This executive order was signed on June 30th of year 2022. Senator Bree, do you believe that this executive order should be kept as is? Should it be amended with something new, or should it be rescinded?
We're already implementing it ever since you created the smelter, so I think we should keep it as it is because it's working so far.
All right, I agree with that. All right. Well, in that case, Executive Order 4, it will be kept as is and it will be sent to the people for their opinion. All right. And this one is for Executive Order 3. Okay, there we go. All right. All right, let's move into the last executive order of the day to talk about. That's Executive Order number 6, which has changed everything. All right. Executive Order from the Prime Minister of the Queen of Manix regarding the enforcement of the Privy Council's duties. All right, Part 1, the Privy Council, which is composed of the Prime Minister and 5 senators, shall function under this executive order. Part 2, all executive officers shall become senators of the Privy Council. 3, all executive orders that created departments for the executive branch, except for the Census Bureau, are hereby dissolved and rescinded. Part 4, Privy Council procedures shall be created separately from this executive order, but whatever is written on the procedural bylaws shall be abided. 5, procedural bylaws can be proposed, amended, and repealed by only the members of the Privy Council in accordance with the procedural bylaws. Number 6, the Prime Minister shall preside over the Privy Council, but shall not have voting power, but has final say after the Privy Council has concluded with their decision of advice to the Prime Minister. Part 7, all jobs, quote unquote, in the executive branch will now be classified as separate roles, quote unquote. Part 8, each senator will be assigned multiple roles by the Prime Minister. Part 9, this executive order will rescind after we have reached a population of 40 adult citizens. This executive order was signed on November 30th of year 2022. Senator Bree, what do you think that executive order number 6 should be kept as is, amended with something new, or rescinded?
So far from what I've read, I think it should be kept as is. So far, everybody has already adjusted to the new executive order, and they've adjusted to the series of roles that we've been assigned to. So I think that it should be kept as is for now, until the people says otherwise.
All right. In that case, I am going to go with your advice because you're the only advisor here. So I'm going to go with your advice. I agree completely. So Executive Order 6 is hereby kept as is and will be given to the people for their opinion. All right. All right. All the executive orders done. All the fancy reports are done. Let's see. Is there any other news to talk about? I don't think there is. Actually, let's talk about citizenship real quick because I don't remember talking about it last year. I probably did, but I'm gonna do it in case I remember. So we have dual citizens now. We have dual citizenship now. We have made another agreement with Begley last year to have dual citizens. So we have a dual citizen treaty. So that and of course Begley, that's our first dual citizen treaty ever in the Queen of Nix now too. So Begley has been honored as like the first nation to actually have more than just a recognition treaty with us at this time. So Begley has made it dual citizens. Two Begley citizens have become dual citizens with Nix. Well, one so far, one is supposed to be. We're still trying to wait on him to decide that. And one of them is the president of Begley. The other is the interim president of Begley. But they are aware of the rules that because of them being government officials, they are not allowed to be government officials in Nix while they are in office in their nation. That is our terms and conditions in the treaty. So, with that said, we have made dual citizenship treaties with other nations. We have made dual citizen treaty with I'm pretty sure they're all written in the document. I'm pretty sure they are with Pennsylvania Federal Republic. We are in talks with the Dominion of Vancouver Island and the Pennsylvania Federation in dual citizenry. We got an agreement for dual citizens with the Sovereign Municipality of Ameristralia. They were a little bit skeptical on how we do our treaties and such. They believed that a treaty wasn't necessary. They just would allow it in general. I agree with them, but it's just for formality reasons. That's the whole point of it. I mean, it's not going to have any real teeth to it. You know what I'm saying?
It's just being recorded for record, basically.
Yeah, pretty much is really what the treaty's for. But I'm respecting his sovereign lord on the decision of that. And therefore, I have made a separate citizenship application specifically for Ameristralians, which is nothing majorly different. It's all got the same things. However, since a treaty is not necessary when an Ameristralian come to us to become a citizen of Nix, we're going to give them that specific citizenship application. That will I don't know. Let me see real quick so I can be specific of what that application is, because it ain't different from the normal one. I think there might be one different aspect to it that makes it different. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. Because I don't think I made it any different, but let's see what it is. Okay. Okay, yeah, the only difference with this one and the original one is that the extra thing is under the requirement statement under all the information is also signing this, you agree to the following terms and conditions of becoming an Ameristralian Nixie. So so for example, if an Ameristralian doesn't know what the terms and conditions are, by looking at this application, they now know what they are doing. So, but with other citizens from other nations, they will eventually, on the spot or later day after day, they'll find out information about, oh, so this is how I become a Nix citizen. Okay. So, or yeah, I can become a Nix citizen now. So, but Ameristralians are, it's not that complicated, but at the same time, I just don't want them to be misinformed or have a misunderstanding somewhere where a mistake could happen that might be bad, but not majorly bad, but bad. So I decided to make a whole separate application just for Ameristralians, just to help them out a little bit. Nothing too drastic. I'm also making proposals on adding and subtracting from the new citizenship applications while we're not getting citizens currently. So that's what I plan on doing with that. But yeah, so other than that, I can't think of anything else. Shadow Metropolis is back alive from hiatus.
All right.
Oh, yes, the constitutional monarchy of Shadow Metropolis has returned to the community. They plan on doing their governing in real life, then on Twitter mostly, which is a good thing. That's what we're trying to do anyway. I'm hoping to get in talks with them. They are back in the MA and the USO, so that means I'm hoping we can get some USO talks done. I really want to get the USO to be a little bit more active than the MAA is. The MAA has been quiet a lot lately. I think it's literally because of the lack of optimism and maybe confidence of the current Secretary General, or it could just be the everyday life of a person that, you know, has to do something in real life than what to do on Messenger. But you know, I mean, we've been having plans on trying to meet in real life for years, and we haven't done it yet. So we're gonna try to figure something out. If I have to, you know, we'll just have to figure something out. I don't know. And then, of course, another thought just appeared in my head. I think we just found our solution. I'm gonna have to talk to Begley later. So you probably know what I'm talking about. So we're going to. I think the last thing on our agenda tonight, I'm pretty sure it's the last thing, but the last thing on our agenda tonight is the procedural bylaws. Yay. Get ready for that, because it may be 6 pages long, but it's going to look long to you, so get ready. All right, so let's see. Now, of course, I've separated them with bylaws and procedures. They are a little bit different. Bylaws are like specifics on certain things. The procedures have things on how you're supposed to do it, what you're supposed to do during this time, what you need for it to move. Is it debatable? Is it amendable? How many votes are needed for you to do it? So that's basically what that is. Bylaws just has specifics, and we'll see what it goes on from there. Okay. Copy link. Get out of that. Get out of this. Get out of that. I have no problem sending this to the executive chat chamber because everybody knows we're in an executive meeting. So, alrighty. Let me know when you have it up on your screen. I'll put these together. Here we go. Let's see. All right. I'm assuming that's a yes because you're reading it. I can tell you're reading it. All right. All right. If you have any questions or concerns, let me know. But anyway, so the Privy Council procedural bylaws. So the bylaws have 2 parts with alphabetical sections to it, which is fairly simple. The Prime Minister presides over the council. Let's start over again. Bylaws. Number 1, positions. Part A, the Prime Minister presides over the council. Part B, the Privy Council takes a seat. Part C, the Prime Minister bangs the gavel 3 times to begin the meeting. Part 2, in session. Section A, the Prime Minister does roll calls to see who has attended the meeting. Part B, begin the meeting with national reports and or issues. C, revise the executive orders on the days they need to be revised. D, discuss what issues need to be fixed or discussed. E, discuss anything involving executive action. F, Privy Council members vote for what they think is the right decision. Then the Prime Minister makes the final decision. G, when the meeting has reached the end, the Prime Minister will call for a vote to adjourn. If a majority vote is reached, then the meeting will adjourn. H, when a discussion is involving individual citizens that are not public officials, the Privy Council shall go into an executive session to protect the privacy of individual citizens. And I, when the session is finished, the regular meeting continues to normal. Executive session, there's a typo there. When the executive session is finished. There you go. All right, procedures, part 1. Or no, Title 1. Title 1, to adjourn. I won't lie to you. I'm probably not even going to read a lot of that, actually, because that's a lot of things to say. However, what I will do to show transparency to the people, well, one, I'm going to show this off. That's another thing, too. I could just show this off, but I'm going to show it off on record as well so our viewers can see that as well. In case they can't find it on the website, which they won't because it's not completely updated yet, so they won't find it. But they will find it once it's officially updated. And of course, I'll post it on Facebook. I'll post it on Twitter. I have no problem putting it on Twitter. I'm hoping to get more citizens in the Twitter area because why not? I heard there's like a new thing now that you can do called communities or something like that on Twitter now. So I'm gonna try something new. I'm gonna attempt to post that on our locals because we do have a locals. I haven't touched it at all. I'm hoping to find people that will run those for me because it's multiple social media sites. Because I can't run all of them at once. It's just too much for me, and I already got stuff to do. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and screen share and show off the procedural bylaws right here. If it'll let me, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's the Privy Council procedural bylaws. Here are the bylaws from here to here. And just to you, Senator Bree, the procedures, we are adopting what is called the Robert's Rule of Order. We are adopting that to be our foundation of our Privy Council procedures. So everything you're reading under procedures was from the Robert's Rule of Order. And that is how we're going to run our sessions in these meetings. And that is all. Alrighty. Alrighty. So those are all the proposed procedural bylaws. So, alrighty, Senator Bree, if you have read it, what do you think about it? You're muted. Senator Bree, you're muted. There you go. Okay, what?
So as I was saying while I was muted, it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's basically you have what to do and how to run a meeting, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it just basically, honestly, just goes from there.
Yep, and how members, if a member wants something, they have to do one of those specific things and make sure they're doing it all properly and everything. And if there's like a question of sorts, you go down to like point of order or point of information or call for parliamentary inquiry or point of personal privilege, those things, if there's like specific questions or whatever. Now, motions can be questions too.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have just to be those, but motions can be questions too. You just got to specify what that motion is and whatnot. So, but yeah, so is that what you think? Do you think this should be our procedural bylaws? Do you think it's a good one?
Honestly, I think everybody involved in any meetings should definitely study these bylaws and try to put them into force or something.
Well,
Like
in this
actually,
meeting, these are the procedures and bylaws that I want to implement on our Privy Council. So I'm definitely going to force it on everybody here. So, now in the House Joint Resolution that we have proposed and submitted to the legislature, which Monday will be the first day of our legislative session of 2023, that one, in that bill already, the foundation of our legislative procedures has to be from the Robert's Rule of Order.
Mhm.
However, if I don't know if I showed you the cheat sheet or not, because that's where I got some of the information from to make it simpler and easier. There's also a book about it too. So if you want the book, go ahead and order the book on Amazon orders. What was it? Oh yeah, so like on that bill, the foundation of our procedures in the legislative branch has to be the Robert's Rule of Order. So, and no, what I remember now, what I said was in the cheat sheet, it said something about you can modify the Robert's Rule of Orders to help it have that principle on what the organization or institution is. So, like in the Privy Council session, we're all about executive branch. So, if we have to, if you think there's anything we should amend to our procedural bylaws with, we can amend it and modify the procedures we have to fit what our job is, what the principle of the Privy Council is, to help it, make more sense of that matter. So, we are a council. The council does have the power to vote. I preside over it. So that means if you want to speak, you got to get my permission. So, and there's a gavel, there's adjournment, there's votes, there's all that stuff. And I'm the one that, now obviously out of all of them, I'm the only one that makes the final decision on whether any of them will pass or fail. So, that's the only difference. So that if there's anything that says, like, there will be votes, but I'm the one that makes the final decision on whether it actually passes or not.
Mhm.
So that's the only difference. So some parts of those procedures might be, they might get amended and modified to where it might say, I make the final decision. Like, you all get to still do that, whatever number of votes the procedures say.
Mhm.
But regardless of what those votes are, I still make the final say in this session. Not the legislative branch. This is the Privy Council session. These are my advisors.
Mhm.
These are my people advising me. What should I do with all these executive actions and enforcements? So, and that's what the Privy Council Privy Councils do. So, with that said, what do you think?
Honestly, I think we should definitely keep it. I don't know if it needs to be added to it or anything like that. So we're gonna have to see what the people says. But as far as I know of,
well, the people don't have to worry. The people don't have to worry about it. It's all us. So no one has to worry about that one. It's just us that we have to worry about. So if you or the other two senators have an issue with it, say something about it. That's the only way to do it. You're gonna have to say something. However, if this passes, which it will, you're gonna have to do it the Robert's Rule of Order way. So that means
which means I'll have to study it a couple of times.
Yep, that means that means you're all gonna have to study it and say it in those ways.
Mhm.
Yep. So make sure to study that, because, and I sent it to the executive chat. I'll make sure to send it to Ivar and Senator Ross too, so they can study it because they're definitely going to need to. And if they don't, that's their fault. I guess they don't get to speak at all in the meetings. So, with that said, I know you're the only senator here, but let's go to a vote. And since you're the only one here, Senator Bree, what do you vote for on the procedural bylaws?
I vote aye.
All right. Not opposed? No one opposing? Okay. All right. Anyway. All right. In that case, the very first procedural bylaws proposed at the Privy Council session has passed. All right. Awesome. With that said, Senator Bree, is there anything you would like to discuss about?
No, I do have one question though.
All right.
Is the Queen of Snakes still on tornado watch?
It is currently 9:40 p.m. Eastern time, and our weather deadline was at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So no, we've been off tornado watch for 2 hours and 10 minutes now.
Okay, I just wanted to put it out there.
Yeah, but because of the cold front that came by, I would like to still have Nick's Delta broadcast put on high wind advisory, probably till 7 o'clock in the morning. See what happens.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, since I brought that up. All right, Senator Bree. This is a government thing and an executive branch thing, so I'll go ahead and do it. All right, Senator Bree, let's talk about Nick's Delta broadcast. Let's talk about the contract.
All right.
And that'll probably be our final thing of the night, and then we'll be done. All right, let me go find it. Apparently, I never put it into Google Docs, so that means it's still on a WordPad. So let me find it real quick. Nick's Delta broadcast, the contract. Yeah, because I never put this on Google Docs, so because I've been busy. Let's see. Oh, did it not do it? No, here it is. It's loading. Oh, that's right. I gotta open this on Notepad, not WordPad. That's right. So I can actually edit it because it costs money apparently for me to use that. It's all on. Let's see. Open with. Choose another app. More apps. That WordPad. Oh, this is Microsoft Word that I was using. That's right. So I actually want it on WordPad. There we go. Yes. There we go. Okay. Abracadabra. Just wait on for it to load. So 407 years ago, the thing finally loaded. Let's put the word enacted right there. Perfecto. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that out of my face. I'm gonna work on that and then work on that. Okay. All right, where's the thingy? Here it is. Oh, it's still loading. Okay, whatever. Oh, that's weird. Why does YouTube not have a logo right there? Okay, let's see. Contract of service between the federal government of the Queen of Nix and the YouTube channels Stormbringer Pika. The terms of this contract. Parties before the enactment terms for the Queen of Nix federal government district Pika. Terms of the agreement for the next Delta broadcast. Okay. All right, and you know what? To make it easier on both of us, I'm going to go ahead and put this on a Google Doc. And then there we go. Oh, that's weird. Why do we have... Okay, whatever. Okay. Wow. All right. Are you going to do that? Really? Is there not a select all? Whatever, dude. Okay. You, align, center. Thank you. Okay. There you go. Good enough. One, let's make that bigger. There we go. Okay, so our contract has about 11 parts to it. Let's see if I can get this down. There we go. So it's got 11 parts to it. I'm just now making it where I'm gonna name before. Oh yeah. NDB contract. 1.3. Anyone? Comment. We're the only one that's gonna have this contract.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess the contract can be public too, but I haven't made it public yet, so.
Right.
Okay, now to find you right here and send. And there you go. There's our contract.
Alrighty.
Get rid of that.
Yeah, pull
All right.
it. There we go.
Yeah, so there's our contract. Part 1 is no editing or censoring any videos broadcasted on Nixie government officials or any individuals. Part 2 is no filtering on any form of humor. Part 3 is allow Nixie officials and any individuals to take live questions if they are willing to take questions. Part 4, for each earning by YouTube or any form of a donation to the Nix Delta broadcast channel, 1/3 of it must go to the Nixie Treasury to support the independence movement, which will be invested into whatever project the Queen of the Nix federal government needs to be done, and whatever is left for Nix Delta broadcast earnings that they have donated. That's a typo there. To the Queen of the Nix federal government will be given back to the Nix Delta broadcast at a notified time given to him by an official from the Queen of the Nix federal government. Part 5, if this contract is violated by Nix Delta broadcast, the contract can remain enacted or it can be renegotiated depending on the decision by both parties. However, any earnings given to the Queen of the Nix federal government before the violation that is not in transition to Nix Delta broadcast will be officially kept as funds to the Queen of the Nix Treasury. Part 6, if Nix Delta broadcast feels uncomfortable with the current terms of this contract, they have the right to contact the Queen of the Nix federal government to renegotiate the terms of the contract without any cost, and until renegotiations are complete, no earnings for Nix Delta broadcast shall be given to the Queen of the Nix federal government. Part 7, once this contract is signed by the parties, the Queen of the Nix federal government is obligated to follow the rules made by Nix Delta broadcast for all broadcasts. Part 8, every year on this day, January 16th, oh, January 16th. Oh, that's funny. Oh, we got 4 days. Oh, well, okay. Let's just go ahead and talk about it still. Every year on this day, January 16th, both parties should meet and discuss the current terms of the contract to ensure that it needs to be renegotiated or not. After signing the contract, January 16, 2023 will be the next contracted meeting between the two parties. Well, I guess this meeting was not needed today. Well, might as well make the contract public so everybody knows that it exists. The payment method procedure between the two parties must be verbally negotiated and verbally agreed upon. Confirm full potential on the Nix Delta broadcast. That was part 9 and 10. And last part 11, cannot be biased towards regarding opinions or topics that were made from politicians or individuals in Nix while during the broadcast.
Mm.
Okay, so we don't need to talk about it because apparently our contract hasn't even ended yet. So the contract never expired yet. We got 4 days left. 4 days, and then it'll expire. So
Well, I'll put a reminder in my calendar just to remember.
yeah, I wonder if I did that too. I won't lie. I'm gonna check that too because I thought I did that, but I could be wrong. Let me see if I did that. So, because I know we have a legislative session on the 16th. No, I didn't. Oh, wow. Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
ABB contract review. There we go. I got the reminder sent. Saved.
Okay.
But at least now we know when it expires.
Yep.
But all in all, I don't think a whole lot really needs to be changed.
Well, let's not talk about it right now. Let's
Yeah.
actually wait till it actually expires because so far everything's fine. So I'd rather wait till it expires then. I thought it was at an earlier date. I've totally forgotten that it was on the 16th. So it's on the 16th. So
Well, now we know.
yep, now we know. I'll put this on noon. So I put the reminder. No, here it is. Here we go. Day of event at 12 p.m. at noon. So I'll be reminded about it at noon. I'll put red as the priority. There we go. There. Now I know. So that means we're definitely going to have a meeting over the contract before the legislative session. Let's see. Yep, I was right. 3 confirmed tornadoes in Kentucky. Yep, and all 3 of them were F1s, so they weren't that major.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there was. I'm sure there were damages, of course, and I heard there were some deaths. I don't know in Kentucky, but there were some deaths from it. But yeah, so it was Henry, Boyle, and Mercer, which are really, really close to where all of our citizens are. Not all of them, but most of our citizens are. It's really close. Not gonna lie. Like if some of those tornadoes would have went west or north, and if they would have stayed on the ground, they would have reached us. But they weren't close enough for our sirens to go off. So, alrighty. With that said, I thought that was the last thing of our agenda today, but it never expired yet. We still got 4 days left, so we're done. We're done for today. So, with that said, where'd the thingy go? Here it is. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and make the motion. I move that we adjourn. Is there a second?
Yes, I second the motion.
All right. A majority vote is needed. Looks like you're the only one here. So, all right. All in favor of adjourning the the first day of the Privy Council session, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, no opposed. Therefore, the meeting is hereby adjourned.
All right.